Very good evening and welcome to News Watch this 31st day of January 2022. Thank you so much for joining us for the latest news. I'm Tony Omondi and our sign language interpreter is Fiona Mweresa. Let's begin. ODM leader Raila Odinga's wife, Ida Odinga's remarks on Sunday on the regulation of churches have continued to spark mixed reactions from Kenyans even after she withdrew her sentiments and apologized. A section of clergymen in support of Raila Odinga's presidential bid have defended Ida, saying she had no reason to apologize because her remarks have been blown out of proportion. The clergymen, who called themselves clergymen for Raila, said Ida Odinga's remarks were twisted by her critics to look like an attack to the community of churches. Grace Ongoi begins our broadcast.
Junior Raila Amolo Odinga.
Ida Odinga, the wife to ODM leader Raila Odinga, found herself in trouble with a section of Kenyans who received her sentiments on Sunday with anger after she called for regulation of small churches and the training of preachers. Ida, who made the remarks on Sunday during an NCCK event, said the council should regulate churches to promote consistency and relevance in messaging for promotion of evangelism in Kenya. However, in a statement on Monday, Ida withdrew the sentiments, saying that they were blown out of proportion, and she apologized for the discomfort caused. Stressing on the same, clergymen in support of ODM party leader Raila Odinga's presidential bid reiterated that Mama Ida's remarks were thrown out of proportion. According to the clergymen, the remarks by Ida Odinga were a bold move aimed at protecting the church from fraudsters who masqueraded as ministers, and therefore she had no reason to apologize.
Not once in a statement, not before or ever has Mama Ida Odinga has called on the disbandment of churches, but has continuously called on the protection and the space of the churches in the country.
And for me, as a clergy, there's nothing to apologize for. We have to put systems and structures that land the churches in this country. People can take anything, people can believe in anything, people can be clergy and live any lifestyle, and there's nobody who can control. So even if it may be attributed to her that she apologized or not, because I'm not, I don't have that information, but whatever she said, it is what the church in Kenya requires. Not regulation by the state, but system to be put down by those bodies to learn and to regulate how the churches are run in the country.
Speaking outside the Fungamano House in Nairobi after reportedly being barred from addressing the press inside the premise for alleged conflict of interest with the management, the clergyman noted that Ida's remarks were being used to demonize not only her but presidential hopeful Raila Odinga.
So wherever we are right now, people look at us. I am supporting Raila, so that whoever wants to demonize me, that because I'm supporting Raila, I'm not a Christian, you have to prove it. So we came over here, and the management doesn't want to see people who are supporting Raila in Fungamano, because maybe somebody calls from the other group. Maybe they will come here tomorrow, and they will show the face that they are supporting the other side, and that's the reason why we said it's okay. It's not the building that matters; it's the truth, it's the facts that we have with us.
Referring to themselves as the clergymen for Raila, they defended taking sides with the politician, contrary to the popular idea that clergymen should be neutral, saying it was a way to hold leaders accountable.
As we are not, we are supporting every reality. The reason why we are clergy for Raila is because people believe Raila and Ida, they are not Christians. That's why she make a statement, and all over the world, people want to make sure that Mama has made she doesn't believe in God, she's not a Christian. And us who knows her personally, individually, we know her faith, we know her commitment. She may not go to every media house, and she may not be quoting Bible in every political meeting so that she can be told she's a very good Christian. So the issue here is, all those political formations, people must be able to say these are Christians, so that we can also hold our leaders accountable to their faith. We also want to hold Raila and Mama Ida accountable for their faith.
Grace Ongoi, FOP TV News Watch.
Thank you, Grace Ongoi, for that report. Now, former National Social Security Fund NSSF manager Francis Muturi has been fined 2.4 billion shillings or serve 14 years in jail. This is after the court found him guilty of involvement in a 1.6 billion shilling fraud case. Muturi was last week found guilty of knowingly misleading the fund into making payments totaling 1.2 billion shillings through irregular trading in shares through Discount Securities Limited, DSL. The former manager was convicted alongside officials of DSL, Isaac Nyakundi, Wilfred Munyoro, and David Githaiga.
Under Section 48(1)(a), which provides for general sentence, I'll sentence the accused to a fine of Kenya shillings 1 million in the four served 3 years imprisonment. Under Section 48(1)(b), the Act states, and I quote, an additional mandatory fine if, as a result of the conduct that constituted the offense, the person received a quantifiable benefit or any other person suffered a quantifiable loss. So the operative word here is any other person suffered quantifiable loss. Although it is not evident or was not demonstrated that the first accused received quantifiable benefit, it was crystal clear that through its actions, NSSF lost a staggering 1,201,143,372 shillings and 40 cents. Under Section 48(2), the amount of the fine payable shall be as per subsection 2A, which is mandatory fine shall be equal to 2 times the amount of benefit or loss in subsection 1B. In this case, therefore, the first accused is liable to a fine of Kenya shillings 2,402,286,744.80. In default, first accused shall serve 9 years imprisonment, right of appeal 14 days. Count 4. For the offense of conspiracy to defraud, the fourth, fifth, and sixth accused shall pay a fine of Kenya shillings 1 million in default serve 2 years imprisonment.
Moving on, there is no coalition agreement between the United Democratic Alliance, UDA, the Amani National Congress, ANC, and Ford Kenya, despite ongoing joint political rallies. UDA Chairman Jason Muthama, who addressed the press at his Nairobi residence, said the party leaders of the 3 political parties have not signed agreement and are currently operating on the basis of friendship. Talks are, however, ongoing to seal a coalition under the 3 parties. Dickens Luvanda reports.
Despite the ongoing joint rallies between Deputy President William Ruto's United Democratic Alliance UDA, Musalia Mudavadi's Amani National Congress ANC, and Moses Wetangula's Ford Kenya, the 3 principals are yet to enter into a signed agreement or coalition. According to the UDA chairman Johnson Muthama, all UDA supporters and members should disregard media reports that there is already a signed deal putting together ANC, UDA and Ford Kenya by creating what is referred to as the Kenya Kwanza coalition.
UDA is a national political party. ANC is a political party. Ford Kenya is a political party. And as we are speaking now, and you are being assured this by the national chairman of UDA, there is no agreement whatsoever that has been signed between the 3 political parties. There is no coalition agreement that has been arrived between the 3 political parties. What is there is we are friends. We'll continue speaking, we'll continue talking, we'll continue doing things together.
Immediately after the January 23rd ANC party's earthquake announcement, which gave birth to the partnership between ANC, UDA and Ford Kenya, Mudavadi, DP Ruto and Wetangula had been going round the country popularizing their newfound political marriage, saying they will work together ahead of the August 9th polls so as to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta.
When the time of agreeing on the coalition terms comes, then that issue will be dealt with at that particular time. So our supporters, wherever you are, rest assured that your party is intact. Your party is not in coalition agreement. Your party has not yet signed any coalition agreement. And if that will be done later on, you'll be informed. About Weta, he has never mentioned, or Wetangula, he has never mentioned to be wanting to be the president of this country. But he has indicated that his party has been working very closely with the ANC. So since Mudavadi was given the mandate by his party to be a presidential candidate, and nothing has changed that position, either changed the position of UDA. They both stand to be presidential candidates. So in those discussions I'm saying now is where we will decide exactly who comes out now to be the acceptable presidential candidate by all these parties that will come into that coalition.
There have also been reports that UDA had inked a deal with the ANC and Ford Kenya with the intentions to zone some counties and allow only ANC and Ford Kenya to field candidates in the specific areas, claims that Muthama has dispelled.
I want to guarantee and assure our supporters wherever they are that as a party and a national party, we stand by making sure that democracy takes place either through nominations or through issuance of nomination certificates.
Already, the Kenya Kwanza Alliance has held rallies in Baringo, Nakuru, Bungoma and Kirinyaga counties and are set to head to Mombasa on February 5th to popularize the alliance.
Muthama ashasema kwa ajili jana Musalia alisema ya kwamba hawachachaguana katika hicho kikundi chao. Muthama amesema hawa walikuja kwao kwa UDA kama marafiki. Hakuna agreement. Chairman wa UDA kushatema hawa tayari.
Dickens Luvanda, Hope TV News Watch.
Private hospitals will continue offering services to National Hospital Insurance Fund, NHIF, card holders following a deal reached with the Ministry of Health. According to the fund's board chairman, Lewis Nguyai, this follows consultations that extended the contract's deadline to March 31st. LCS Dr. Massimo Ngangi made the announcement on Monday afternoon following a closed-door meeting between top officials from the Ministry of Health and private hospital CEOs. As Dole Murigi tells us, the new contracts, which will be implemented from July 1st, 2022, will be signed.
Kenyans will continue using the National Hospital Insurance Fund NHIF cards at private hospitals after the Ministry of Health moved to resolve a standoff between the facilities and the state. Health Chief Administrative Secretary Dr. Massimo Ngangi made the announcement on Monday afternoon following a closed-door meeting between the top officials from the Ministry of Health and private hospital.
We've been able to review the different benefit packages within this institution, NHIF, and expand service coverage for Kenyans. Today we've had a deliberation, particularly that is nested on ensuring that service continuity continues, and more importantly that as we work together as partners, we ensure that services are affordable for the Kenyan.
Last week, private hospitals say they will bar all patients depending on the National Health Insurance Fund cover, depending on the NHIF cover, from accessing services beginning in February this year, after claiming that they cannot accept the heavily reduced rate that the fund has imposed on them. They had also demanded that the extension of the contract be awarded to the facilities before they commence any engagement. After the meeting, Dr. Massimo Ngangi revealed the existing contract have been extended for 5 months, meaning that Kenyans can continue to use their NHIF cards at private facilities until June 30th. Negotiations are ongoing and it is expected that the state and the private hospitals will have reached a new deal by then.
And so really this is what we call a first step towards a journey. We should be able to come back to you on the decisions that we'll have agreed and the new payment rates at the appropriate time. But for now, it is to allay any fears that if you go to a private facility, you will not receive services. That fear should be completely allayed. There shall be no halting of services by the private sector, and we shall continue working together hand in hand, collaborating towards ensuring you are able to access services and that we're able to walk towards this journey of universal health coverage for the country.
The new contract for 2022 to 2024, which they say did not examine the input of the patient hospitals, was not sought save for a few providers, and the content of the contract currently being circulated for execution will not work for them.
We would like to thank the CS, Senator Mutahi Kagwe, CAS, the board chair and NHIF management for this, and we hope that all the stakeholders will make prudent use of the negotiating period to bring us to a position whereby we shall all emerge as winners.
Kenya Association of Private Hospital Chairman Abdi Mohamed had stated that the current terms of the engagement do not favor hospitals and thus the need for them to boycott the fund. Dolly Mirigi, Hope TV, Newswatch.
The Speaker of the National Assembly, Justin Muturi, has castigated two sides of the political divide for labeling each other corrupt. Speaking at the funeral of Momanyi Nyasimi, brother to Barabu MP Ben Momanyi, the Democratic Party leader faulted proposed coalitions, namely the Kenya Kwanza Alliance and the Azimio la Umoja outfit, for trying to outsmart each other on graft. The Speaker claimed that no side of the political divide can purport to cast a stone at the other, since their members previously worked together before parting ways. The party leader, who praised himself as scandal-free, called on members of the public to support his presidential bid.
Leo ukisikia wale wako kwa serikali wanasema wengine, ni wale wamekuwa nao ati hao ni wezi. Wale wengine wako mrengo ule wengine, marafiki zao wakiondokea ndio wanaanza kusema walikuwa wezi. Sasa kama mnajua hao wote ni wezi na mmekuwa mkikaa nao, si hata wewe uko katika grupu hiyo? Si muondokee Justin Muturi ambaye hana kashfa yoyote. Ama namna gani watu wetu? Kwa sababu ukienda upande huu wanasema ule wako pale, huyo amepora na mlikuwa na yeye. Umekuwa unasema huyu amepora nchi kabisa. Haya, ukienda upande huu mwingine, na nyinyi mnajua wa Kenya. Si mnajua? Tunaambiwa ati iko upande hii na iko upande hii. Huyu mtu akiondoka tu, juzi tumeona wengine wameondoka juzi. Wengine wameanza kusema hawa waliiba sijui fertilizer, hawa sijui waliuza nyumba Tokyo, huyu alikula ya makaburi. Sasa na mmekuwa na yeye, ulikuwa unataka mtengeze serikali na hawa hizi hivi.
About 10,000 residents of an estate in Nyali's Kwabulo area, Mombasa County, facing eviction, have called on the government to intervene after they were served with notices to vacate the area they've called home for years. Early this month, the residents received notices ordering them to vacate their homes after an insurance company staked claim on the 85-acre piece of land. The residents have been issued with ultimatums to pay land rates of the property they resided on, with some households receiving bills as high as 2 million shillings. Addressing the media during a crisis meeting, former Nyali Member of Parliament Hezron Awiti said he has written a letter to the head of state, Uhuru Kenyatta, and ODM leader Raila Odinga to intervene. According to him, the National Lands Commission was ordered to resolve the stalemate long time ago and resettle the squatters.
Tulitembelea mashamba zote za squatter ya Mombasa na tulipitisha kwa parliament kwamba the Minister of Planning waje hapa, waje wapime mashamba yote na wapeke report Nairobi na title deed itolewe. Baada ya hapo, President ya Republic of Kenya alikuja hapa akasema kwamba mambo ya Kwabulo na mambo ya mashamba ni kila siku ni vita ya kila mara. Alitoa amri kwamba mashamba yote ifanywe division na wapewe wananchi na gharama ya serikali. Hiyo ndio kitu ambacho najua. Pia najua kamilifu kabisa. Ali Hassan Joho, governor Mombasa, alisema atachukua gharama yeye mwenyewe kama governor Mombasa. Kwa sababu county ya Mombasa pia iko na serikali yake, atakuja gharamia malipo ya Kwabulo. Hiyo ndio kitu ambayo ilipitishwa kwa parliament na president alisema, na governor Hassan Joho pia alisema. Sasa tena kama inageuka tena watu wa Kwabulo waje walipe hii mashamba, ni majabu hayo.
Hatutalipa hiyo pesa, ukweli wa mambo tuzungumze. Pesa hatutalipa hiyo, na tunaomba serikali ya Kenya, tunaiomba na naongea mara tatu, serikali ya Kenya naiomba iingie kati, ilipe mabwenyenye wale, ili na sisi tuishi kwa amani, maanake sisi ni walipa ushuru kama Wakenya wengine. Na hakikisha ya kwamba ikiwa hatutalipiwa plot hii ya Kwabulo, ikiwa mtu wa Bulo hata kuwa huru na ploti hizi zao wanazolia nazo kufikia siku ya kura, I am sure me and my people will boycott this voting day. Hatutapiga kura, ukweli wa mambo tuzungumze. Kura hatutapiga mpaka tupewe shamba hili na serikali ya Kenya.
All right, with that story, let's take a short commercial break on news. We'll be back with more. Do stay with us.
Next on Chiriku.
Wewe Mama John, hebu fungua. Wewe fungua sahi.
Ala. Nani wewe? Unadai?
Ati unadai? Sina pesa zangu. Nini nyingine inaweza nileta hapa?
Kotamu?
Mbaya. Mambo ya Mungu.
Unafanya nini hapa? Beti.
Hiyo hata ndio nilikuwa nataka sana. Sasa Nabii, nataka uniombee mimi nijue mali makori wangu yuko. Makori.
Listen to me. I told you to never ever call me again. No, you listen to me.
Api?
Makori na kuona.
Ako wapi Nabii?
Meharibu.
I have a question. Answer yes or no. Did you or did you not use this perfume? Yes or no?
Catch this inspiring drama series only on Hope TV every Tuesday at 8:30 p.m. and repeats on Sunday at 1:30 p.m. Don't miss out.
Welcome back to Newswatch. Just a week after the hyped earthquake by the Amani National Congress Party leader Musalia Mudavadi, the One Kenya Alliance has now promised what it calls a political volcano, which it says will bring about a paradigm shift in the two-horse race narrative ahead of the August general election. Speaking in Kirinyaga County, where Martha Karua hosted the Oka principals, Kalonzo Musyoka told their opponents to write them off at their own risk, insisting that Oka will shock them. Kalonzo further stated that Oka has accepted and moved on from the betrayal by Mudavadi, and they're now seeking new partners in their political outfit. As Kennedy Kimani reports, ANC leader Musalia Mudavadi says he has no apologies to make to his former allies at Oka, adding that he did not betray anyone after he joined Deputy President William Ruto's camp.
One Kenya Alliance leaders have dismissed claims of a two-horse race in the August presidential election, saying that the coalition will be a force to reckon with. Wiper leader Kalonzo Musyoka has told their opponents to write them off at their own risk, saying that they will pull a surprise.
Oka, we will continue. It is stronger now. Unajua ndugu wengine walikuwa wanauliza na mimi anasema wale ndugu walituacha. Whom can you trust? Wakaenda usiku wakatuacha.
NAK Kenya leader Martha Karua has promised a political volcano in the next 6 weeks that she says will settle political issues and offer direction to the country ahead of the elections.
Bila kuwa na
msimamo wa kukataa ufisadi, hakuna kazi tutawafanyia. Na ndio unasikia Wiper wakisema kazi bila wizi. Sababu wizi ukiingia, huwezi ukafanyia Wakenya kazi. Tunawauliza sisi sote viongozi, muangalie mwenendo wa kila mmoja wetu. Wale tumekuwa kwa uongozi kwa muda mrefu, kila mtu anajulikana. Kama kila mahali unapitia na kuomba, tusichague mtu wa aina hiyo.
NC party leader Musalia Mudavadi, however, says he has no apologies to make to former allies in Oka, who say he betrayed them after joining DP Ruto camp together with Ford Kenya party leader Moses Wetangula.
We made it very clear that we are taking a different course. We were creating the earthquake that will make Kenyans make that decision. So we did not betray anybody. Our priority is to the Kenyan people. And as we said in Kirinyaga yesterday, we want to take victory in the first round of the elections.
Mudavadi and Ford Kenya party leader Moses Wetangula joined forces with Ruto on the 23rd of January during the NC's delegates conference at Bomas, which signaled their divorce with Oka partners. Kennedy Kimani, Hope TV Newswatch.
The Orange Democratic Movement ODM Party Women's League from Mombasa County has launched a door-to-door voter registration drive to maximize the outcome of the second mass voter registration as they drum up support for ODM leader Raila Odinga in the coastal region. The group decried voter apathy, noting majority of potential voters have not yet registered. Led by their patron Lillian Otieno, the group said the door-to-door strategy will ensure registration of more voters as well as more supporters for the ODM party. The group also engaged local administration to ensure identity cards lying at the registration bureaus are collected by their owners.
Sisi tumeumizwa sana wakati election inafanyika na unasikia kuwa voter registration turnout haikuwa nzuri. Na sana sana kwa sahihi ambao tunataka kuona baba ameingia State House. Tumetoka nje sisi mobilizers. Tuko wengi, hawa mnaona hapa ni mobilizers. Na wameweza kumobilize na kupatia watu tofauti kura na kuwapeleka kwa vyeo vya juu. Lakini leo si sote hapa tumetoka nje na tukasema tumeweka wale wote ambao tunawasupport. Kwa sababu kila mtu hapa kuna mtu wake anasupport. Kuna wengine wanasupport waheshimiwa tofauti kwa seats tofauti. Wengine vyeo vya bunge, wengine wards tofauti, lakini tukasema hao yote tunaweka chini, hatuko kwa kuwapigia debe kwa sasa.
Vijana wengi wanaambiwa wapige wachukue kura, wanasema kura zitawasaidia na nini. Lakini sisi leo tumeamua tujitokeze, twende kule nje, tuhamasishe hao vijana wetu, wachukue vitambulisho, waende wakachukue na kura, wapitishe azimio la umoja mbele. Kwa sababu vijana wetu ndo wanaogopa mambo ya kura kwa sababu ya nyuma vile ambao kulitendeka. Lakini sisi kama wamama leo tumeamua tutoke, haswa tutafutia hao vijana, maanake wengi vijana hawana vitambulisho. Na vijana ndo wao wako mbele, wako wengi ambao wanaweza kupiga kura, na tukawashika vijana, tukasimama nao wakatupitishia azimio letu la umoja mbele na tukampeleka baba State House. Kwa hivyo sisi kama wamama jukumu letu ni kutoka tushike vijana, haswa vijana.
As the battle for the Kitui governorship gains momentum, incumbent Governor Charity Ngilu has dismissed claims by her opponents that she won't defend her seat in the August general election. Addressing reporters in Kitui, Ngilu maintained that she will seek re-election to allow her more time to deliver on her development agenda for the people of Kitui. Among those seeking to dethrone Ngilu in the August election is her predecessor, Dr. Julius Malombe, former Kitui Senator David Musila, Kenyan ambassador to Uganda, Kiema Kilonzo, and former Nairobi Deputy Governor Jonathan Mweke.
Wapinzani wangu wametembea wakisema governor ameacha kiti ya ugavana na anataka kwenda huko juu. Nataka kusema hapa, nikiwa governor hapa wa Kitui, mimi niko governor wa Kitui, lakini pia mimi niko national leader. na pahali watu wanakaa waongee mambo ya nchi yetu ya Kenya. Nimekuwa hapo nikitengeneza policy, nikitengeneza vile watu watapelekwa vizuri. Tumepigania nchi yetu, tulete demokrasia, tulete katiba mpya, watu wasaidike na pesa kutoka juu. Hatukupigania ili watu wawe wakipokonywa pesa vile walikuwa wanapokonywa pesa siku za KANU. Na ndio hii huyu mtu anaitwa Tangataka anataka kurudisha, kusema hii kitu yake ni kusema atakuwa akitoa pesa kwa watu arudishe huko juu, na sisi tunataka pesa itoke juu ikuje chini, lakini ipitie kwa katiba, si kupitia kwa mfuko ya mtu. Na ndio nasema hapa nitaomba kiti ya ugavana wa Kitui, na pia nitaomba kiti kule juu, tusaidie watu wale wataenda huko, nitasaidia sana Mheshimiwa Raila Amolo Odinga awe rais wa Kenya. Na naomba sana Wiper iwe part of, iwe pamoja na vile tulikuwa pamoja 2013 na 2017.
Away from that, the government has boosted security in and around all Kenyan prisons with a view to ensuring the safety of inmates and prison officers. This is according to Correctional Services Principal Secretary Safina Kwekwe Sungu. Speaking after a tour of the Malindi Maximum and Malindi Women's Prison, Sungu said the Prisons Department had kicked off a 100-day Rapid Results Initiative, RRI, in which it intends to construct security walls and complete development projects within its facilities countrywide. Sungu, who was flanked by Prisons Commissioner General John Warioba, among other senior officials in the State Department, praised prisons officers for being vigilant.
Nadhani tumejizatiti sana. Hata pale tulipokuwa na changamoto ya usalama pia tumeweza kuziba na tukaweza tukarekebisha ile hali. Kwa hivyo katika masuala ambayo tunayaangazia pia ni usalama wa magereza haya, usalama kwa wao walio ndani na pia kwa wale walio nje, na tumejaribu kadri ya uwezo wetu kuhakikisha kwamba umeboreshwa. Hata pale ambapo hakuna kuta za kudhibiti, pia tumekuwa wale wafanyikazi wetu wamekuwa waangalifu zaidi na wameweza kuzuia visa vya watu weza kutoroka ama watu kuvamia ndani. Kwa hivyo hili litaka kuwapa pia pongezi wa wafanyikazi wetu kwa sababu wamefanya kazi ya ziada kuboresha usalama huu. Na nadhani pia kwa siku chache ambazo tumekuwa nazo nimeona kwamba hata inapokuwa kuna wenginepo wamekimbia kulingana kuamini kufuatana na uhusiano mzuri na vitengo vingine vya usalama, tumeweza kurekebisha hiyo hali. Kwa hivyo hili ni shughuli ambayo tunaifanya. Miradi ambayo tunailenga sana sana hii ya muda wa haraka ni 24 across the country. Na lakini hiyo ni ile miradi sasa. Lakini masuala ya kuboresha hali za mazingira kwa wafanyikazi na kwa wafungwa ni kila mahali, ni Kenya nzima. Lakini hapa ndani ya hii hospitali, hii facility, hii jela, pia kuna mradi wa kuhamisha jela la wanawake kutoka pale lilipo, sababu liko ndani ya jela ya wanaume sasa hivi. Na hiyo pia inaweza kuwa ni changamoto. Kwa hivyo kuna hiyo harakati ya kuihamisha itoke iwe kivyake.
Let's now look at what is happening internationally. The African Union, AU, has suspended Burkina Faso for a week after the military seized power in a coup. According to the AU, the country will be blocked from all their activities until constitutional order is restored. The West African Regional Bloc, ECOWAS, which suspended Burkina Faso last week, has sent a delegation to the country's capital, Ouagadougou. Meanwhile, a delegation of ECOWAS ministers arrived in Burkina Faso Monday following a virtual summit last Friday, focusing on the security situation in the country. The meeting, which the military authorities also included the head of the UN Office for West Africa and the Sahel region. The ministers will later head to Accra, where an ECOWAS summit is scheduled to take place on Thursday. And Malawian President Lazarus Chakwera on Sunday witnessed the swearing-in of his new cabinet after the surprise sacking of 7 ministers over graft charges last week. During the swearing-in ceremony, Chakwera warned the ministers against corruption, telling them not to accept a gift in exchange for using their offices to give preferential treatment in the administration of a public office. Civic and religious groups had pressured the president to rein in his cabinet after a number of his ministers were embroiled in corruption scandals. In December, the then Minister of Lands, Kezi Msukwa, was arrested on allegations that he had received a bribe from a wealthy businessman to give him land.
Corruption comes in many forms, and the opportunities to succumb to it in this country abound. But you must resist it at every turn. Because if you do not follow the law will follow you. And if you think that I will use my office to save you from facing a law you have broken, then you are gravely mistaken. You are here to serve, not to rule or boast. Occupying high office is not a license to act high and mighty. The people of Malawi are your bosses, not your subjects.
Hope TV is now available on GoTV Channel 103, Zuku Channel 873, Signet Channel 817 and StarTimes Channel 026. Enjoy our uplifting content and family-friendly programming anytime. Hope TV, you look and live.
Join us every Sunday for unlimited, uplifting, powerful worship, only on Extended Worship.
Let's continue with business news. The Vijana Kazini, a new initiative which helps the government and corporates get young people who miss out on job opportunities into work or business, has held its second roundtable at the Kenya School of Government. The Vijana initiative gives particular focus to young people termed opportunity youth who are at the fringes of their communities. According to statistics by the Global Opportunity Youth Network, Mombasa, approximately 44% of young people aged 15 to 34 are unemployed in Mombasa, while an additional 22% claim inconsistent livelihoods through informal or temporary employment. Speaking during the forum by the Ministry of ICT, Deputy British High Commissioner Josephine God said the UK is committed to supporting young people find livelihood opportunities and prosper in their personal and professional lives.
This initiative is actually aimed at, reaching out to youth who are maybe marginalized, who may not have access to some of the opportunities available due to some various challenges that they face. I was glad to join them today, coming from government, to hear, to just hear what are their challenges, how can we better reach out to them.
Young people have a lot of choices. They're confronted with choices every day. Part of this program is the mentorship to help them understand themselves, understand what's motivating their choices, and to help them make the right kind of choices, which will lead them on a kind of better path. This is one of the many programs that the UK-Kenya partnership is very, very broad. We partner with Kenya and, in an enormous number of fields. So this program is it will continue to run, and we're always looking at how we can make it better, how we can make sure that what we're doing is the most useful and constructive engagement we can have to work with the government of Kenya, civil society, to ensure that we are playing a positive contribution. So today we were getting a lot of feedback from the young people themselves about how can they really understand, how we can get the information out to them, and what are they finding the most useful parts of the program.
Equity Afya has opened 6 additional medical centers in Ruai, Kariobangi, Lavington, Umoja, Kerugoya, and Nanyuki as part of efforts to increase access to quality healthcare services in Kenya. The additional medical centers have been opened in line with Equity Afya's goal to ensure the sustained improvement of health and well-being of Kenyans by increasing access to and utilization of quality, affordable, and standardized healthcare. Commenting on the opening of the new facilities, Equity Group Chief Commercial Officer Paulie Kapigatha said, apart from offering medical services, the bank will champion health education through their entire network and leverage on the expertise of their medics to promote positive health-seeking behavior. And Safaricom has partnered with the National Social Security Fund, NSSF, to enable customers access services through the NSSF mini app. On the M-Pesa app, customers can register for NSSF membership, keep track of their contributions, top up and manage their NSSF account, and make tenant purchase scheme TPS payments all within the app. Commenting on the partnership, NSSF Managing Trustee Anthony Omeriko said the demand for NSSF services and the need to save for pension has gone beyond formally employed people to entrepreneurs, especially those running medium and small businesses.
This app will go a long way in ensuring that the customer is delighted and there's ease of contribution. Once the app is unlocked, I think our partnership will go to another level. We want to take it to the level of benefits payment. Currently, the mode we use to pay benefits is that we put the money in your bank account. We want an end-to-end process whereby you register through the same app and you are able to lodge for your benefits payment through the Safaricom app. That is something we need to work on.
It's an exciting morning because we've been in a journey with NSSF for a long time. And the key thing that we have together is about looking at what our customers want and being customer obsessed and providing the best products and services for our customers.
Without fail, we believe by putting the NSSF app as a mini app on M-Pesa, it's going to encourage specifically more people who are in the informal economy to be able to jump on and make contributions.
And to some sports news now, former Kadi and Nanyuki-based golfer Cyprian Bundi claimed the first leg of Safaricom Golf Tour after returning 39 stable Ford points in a colourful event held at Nanyuki Sports Club last evening. Bundi returned a total of 19 stable Ford points in the first 9 and 20 on the second 9, totaling an impressive 39 points to secure a slot in the grand finale of the Safaricom Golf Tour to be held in Vipingo Ridge, Kilifi County in August. Taking the ladies' top prize was Marion Githinji, who posted 33 to win by 1 point from Dr. Susan Gure. And Kenya Commercial Bank KCB's Ben Magana is currently leading the quest to make it to the top spot in World Chess Olympiad qualifiers, having registered 3 wins and a draw over the weekend. The competition, which started last Friday, has become a tough affair, with players looking to qualify for the 44th Olympiad slated for 26th July to August 8th in Russia. Speaking after his first game at the KCB Ruaraka Sports Club, Magana reckons the competition has been tough, but he believes he will make the final cut of the 5 players who will be representing Kenya in Russia.
And we are here playing the final phase of the Olympiad qualifier. Basically, we are selecting the men's team that will represent Kenya in the Olympiad later this year in Russia. The competition is tough because we have 11 players, 11 males, 11 of the best. Among these 11, we have 4 KCB players
These are my teammates, my friends who I've known for long. So of course, playing someone who knows you well and who you know well, it's not easy. So the competition has been very tough, but we're just taking it one game at a time.
I'm one of the 4 KCB chess players playing in the Open, trying to qualify for the national team that will be representing Kenya in the forthcoming Olympiad in Russia. It will be played in the month of August. So far, I would have loved to be in a better spot, but I wouldn't be complaining. I think I'm among the guys who are, at the top. I've played 4 games. I've won 2. I have drawn 2. But the last one I just played, I've actually won it, so it's giving me momentum going into the last game for the day today, ahead of, a crunch over the next weekend. This time round, we are 4 out of the 11, and Magana is already leading the tournament as we speak now. I am there or thereabout. Martin and Jackson, who are the other ones, I think I have a decent shot for making into the team. So if I qualify, I'll be able to go. And the motivation then would be, I'll have a whole period, sort of to prepare and, go and do the best for the country, as well as, boost my ELO rating, which is, one of the key things that chess players usually look for.
Well, that story brings us to the end of this broadcast tonight. Many thanks for watching Hope TV News Watch. I'll see you again tomorrow, same time. I'm Tony Omondi, and our sign language interpreter has been Fiona Moresa. Have a good night and God bless.